Hello and welcome to ET Studios. I am Arpit Gupta. Joining me is Mr. GS Naveen Kumar, who is the Secretary of Revenue Department and Relief Commissioner in the government of Uttar Pradesh. He is a 2007 batch IAS officer who has previously served as Special Secretary to Honorable Chief Minister, and in the government of Andhra Pradesh, he has been the Secretary of Medical, Health and Family Welfare Department. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Arpit.
Welcome to ET. Sir, my first question to you, I would like to understand a lot of digital transformation initiatives are currently being undertaken by your department. And I've also heard that you are using emerging technologies for mitigating the risk of disasters. What is the plan? What is the roadmap for digital transformation in your departments?
Yeah, with the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister and also the Chief Minister of the state, I think one of the things which we have been looking at from the beginning, I think, is to use how can we use technology to address the disaster mitigation. I think that's something which we look at. If you look at UP as a state, it is the largest in the composite index. We have a larger area affected by flood, larger area affected by lightning, and we also have other disasters around this state. So I'll give you some examples. We are trying to put lighting sensors all over the state, which is about 50 of them, and this would give you information in 30 minutes before a lightning strikes. I think this would be the largest state to do it. We also have put. We are also trying to acquire Doppler technology, Doppler radars, which would be the largest in the country. In fact, I'm told that it could be the largest in the world, where every single gram panchayat would get an accurate prediction and also analysis. I think that's something important when you look at,
Amazing.
and this is something which we are looking at. We are also looking at, in fact, one of the innovative projects which we are doing with IIIT Lucknow is that how can we use optic fiber cables to see whether the animals are crossing or not. It's a very innovative way of looking at it. So we are also looking at such innovations in the department. We are the first state in the country where we have invested about 600 crores only in IoT devices. To create that kind of technology to take information to the last mile, be it a gram panchayat or be it a school. And we are doing a lot of things on the ground using technology. I think one of the things which we always look at when we look at implementing a larger a digital transformation to the grassroots. I think this is something important. I also call it the technology is also an enabler, but not just an enabler, it is also a multiplier. I think that's the scale which we look at.
And to scale up your initiatives, you have also tied up with a lot of premier institutes, educational institutes like IIT, IIMs. Can you please tell us about that?
See, one of the things which we have done it, and the other things which we would look at is you need strong digital elevation models, and also geospatial technology to understand. Because when you're looking at flood management, right? So you need strong hydrological data, topological data, and you need very strong digital maps of them. So we have tied up with IIT Roorkee. We also have tied up with IIIT Lucknow. We are also talking to the IIT Kanpur Earth Sciences Department. So we are getting all the premier institutions of this country. We're also talking to Harvard University to collaborate on the data sets. See, because when you look at solutions for the climate tech, I think there are two ways I would look at. One is that to get their expertise on it, and once we become this partner, the strongest leaders, and there is a very good potential, we build the leaders in climate tech, and we can start scaling up. We have already been the leaders in the digital transformation, be it UPI, be it Aadhaar. So I think in climate tech also the country is going to be the leader, and I think that's the way we look forward. Collaborate so that you become a leader soon.
Mr. Naveen, as far as I know, when you were the secretary of IT and MD of UPLC in the state of Uttar Pradesh, you were the one who actually started implementing the IT policy, electronics policy, and the startup policy. And that's why I think you have got the idea of implementing the large-scale IT projects in the state from that itself. So, bringing HCL IT City to the Lucknow, now collaborating with all these top premier institutes, you're talking about Harvard institutes. How has been your overall experience taking digital initiatives to the last mile?
No, see, one of the things I think what UP has done so far is to change the perception game. I think when you look at it, we always think that there is something, UP is the place where technology would not happen. I think that I would tell you that last 10 years, we have put this story that, that UP is a place where you should look at all your opportunities up, be it Noida, which is the largest electronic manufacturing hub in the country, or, look at SEL City, which is the largest, IT hub between Delhi and, Kolkata. So there are so many things which are happening. I think the scale at which, I think the phase at which we are progressing. I think that's a story for the entire country to look at. I think that's something which, be it tourism. I would even in fact, I was surprised that even the Legislative Assembly uses AI technologies. Almost, it's been a 10 years or so.
Mm.
So I think every place, in fact, if you look at the sales tax department, the AI technology is being used. And one of the most important thing is that we are not going at, overpriced technologies. We are looking at solutions which can, solve governmental problems, or, give solutions for governments and governance. I think improve digital governance. And this would become an example for other states to emulate. I think I would put UP as one of the top states in the country where we are giving impetus to AI, ML, and also we are also been creating this concept of Lucknow being the first AI city in the
Correct.
country, where we are looking at creating plug and play facilities, to create plug and play facilities for research, I know, to growth, to innovation. And I don't think any other state has created this kind of infrastructure so far. I think the very reason that India is one of the fastest growing economy has been UP is that we have been able to change this perception game, and we are looking forward to collaborate with a lot of people to create Lucknow as the first AI city in the country.
While there is a lot of impetus and emphasis from the Honorable Chief Minister to make Lucknow as the first AI city, and a lot of IT hubs are also coming in different parts of the state. The government has also made an ambitious plan to become a $1 trillion economy, and it is progressing in the right path. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so if you look at it, we are already the fastest growing GDP state in the country, and also we have been setting up examples. The defense corridor is coming by, the IT parks and the other IT parks in the other districts are coming by. We are also, progressing as the food processing in a sector. So every single sector has played a lot of role in making it. So one of the examples which I was also doing, we did a recent conference on CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear threats. How do we address it? Because when you look at the state becoming the $1 trillion economy, we also have to look at these are the threats which could happen in the industry. So we are also strengthening our fire department. The disaster department itself is investing a lot of, creating a CBRN community to, support this $1 trillion economy. I think that's how we are looking at. So before the state turns out to be an economy of $1 trillion, we would also be one of the first states to have a very strong CBRN, state. And we are looking at UP being the number one disaster resilient state in the country.
And before we wrap up this conversation, I would like to also understand from you what are the opportunities that are there for the private sector.
So I'm one person who always believes that if you don't collaborate with the private sector, you cannot grow fast. I think that's something which you look at replication, or you're looking at scale. I think that's something which is very important for the private sector. So I also talk, and when you look at private sector, they should also not look at the cost or their value. So I would put it that when you collaborate with government, you have a lot of scope to scale up your own products, right? You can develop your products quickly. You can also test your products quickly, and you can validate your products. That's very important. When you have a product, you need to validate your product. So that is something which you can. So it is like a win-win situation for both of us, be it government or the industry. I also believe that academia also should be involved in it, so that it becomes that entire ecosystem, government, academia, industry growing very quickly, and then it becomes easy for us. I think easy for the country to become the superpower in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Naveen, for talking to ET. And while there are a lot of opportunities for private sector in the state of Uttar Pradesh, the government is open for the discussion, for collaboration with academia, with private sector, for the growth of the state of Uttar Pradesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arpit.